So welcome in, everybody. As mentioned before, if we get to your slide and you're feeling interested and available for it, can unmute and yap about your process inspiration behind your asset. But otherwise, we're going to get started. July 2025 JAMA Jam. Theme this time around was Who Done It? Make sure to go crazy on that soundboard. We got, first off, as always, feel free to shout us out on social media at JAMA Midwest or using hashtag JAMAJam on Instagram / Twitter / whatever platforms and services you use most to show off your stuff. So jumping right into it, Joey Nutria's Disheveled Detective's Desk. This one I saw bits and pieces of while I was tuning in, and oh man, the cute detailing for the detective board and the books, like notes and margins and whatnot, incredibly charming. And the process of like the 5 different questions, the who, what, when, where, why, all the like background behind it, really, really good. It strikes a balance of like cute and cartoony while also like maintaining the sort of mystery detective vibe. Reminds me very much of Detective Frog, which is a very cute, charming indie game for anyone who has not heard of it. Highly recommend. Love it. Yeah, that's the spirit. Alright, next up from Matushka, we've got Who've Done It. A nice, very, very on-theme little ditty. This one, like, we have a lot of assets that get made throughout the year for JAMA Jam. This one, to me, like, as an audio piece, feels so perfect, like you could just plop it straight into a point-and-click mystery game. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Chill beats to solve murder mysteries, too. Thank you for joining us in both the April Jam and this one. Hope to see you in a future Jam. Moving right along, we've got Excalibur's The Usual Suspects, a little series of busts inspired by the Ace Attorney's franchise, as well as puppets from the British television show Spitting Image, which always love to hear the background on these, like the reference inspirations and whatnot. Made using Ditherboy to mess around with a new tool. I love these as like a set of characters for like a sort of whodunit mystery that you have to convince. The range of personalities and like archetypes are really, really well done. I love also just the individual sort of shape languages going on with all of them. Like especially the sort of Shelley Duvall inspired one with the hair and like just silhouette is so like feels very like Guess Who, Clue, Whodunit, like nailing the whodunit vibe. Love, love, love it. And moving on, we've got Olivia in here with us. If you'd like to unmute and share, otherwise I'll just compliment you on your little guy. Party. Well, hey, watch out for Detective. She's gonna get you. Solving the mystery one way or another. I love the cute little idle animation and seeing the like reference like process inspiration, like really, really charming. Definitely could see this as like a little character for like some sort of like mystery platformer game or something like that. Really branching it out by using the magnifying glass as a weapon as well. Very, very cute. Really big fan of that. Yeah, thank you so much. That's what I'm saying. Hell yeah, go team. Dynatopa with Pew Pew, a little digital painting for a metal surface, which was a first attempt, let alone really doing a gun or a metal surface in the first place, and for doing it in like under an hour is awesome. Just jumping right into it was like really just nailed it. Big fan. And I love the sort of splatter effects in the vignette on the side as well. All around. Good way to really just knock something out in an hour. And hey, speaking of knocking something out in an hour, this is my submission. So apparently nobody knows what I'm talking about when I say this, but there's a famous short story by Roald Dahl called Lamb to the Slaughter, of a woman, like, finding out her husband's planning to leave her, murdering him with a frozen lamb leg, and then cooking it into a stew and serving it to the officers to dispose of the murder weapon. Check it out, I guess. I guess it's more niche than I thought, but I pulled on that as an inspiration for this because I had a very limited time frame for this, and so I wanted to keep it focused on one prop. But I also wanted to practice subsurface scattering because that had been a goal of mine recently. So it's not very explicit in this final piece because I went with a very low poly sort of scribbly texture art style. But if you were to see like with and without, there is enough of a subtle difference that I think lends itself to the final treatment of the model. But yeah, I knocked this out in like an hour and a half because I had busy the rest of the weekend. Ta-da! Maybe I'll clean it up. Maybe I'll do some more refined scribbles, but we'll see. It's JAMA Jam. Also from Q-Pup, we've got a magnifying glass. Saw this the night before, and oh man, the trim on the edge of the magnifying glass itself, as well as the textures for the wood and the book itself, all really fun. Really big fan of the detailing with this, and the lens itself is really interesting. Big thumbs up. Now, John, you're in here. You want to yap?
Wow, who could that be? So I really have been trying with the last few jams to, instead of making like a single prop or something like I want to do, trying to like do a full scene or diorama of some sort. And so I really just wanted to do like the classic like film noir detective office.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that really dramatic spotlight
Yeah.
lighting and everything. And so that's what I did. Oh my God, took so long. I spent so long on details that once you put a spotlight dramatic lighting on it, you can't even see. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. All in all, there was a lot more I wanted to do with texturing stuff. But Sketchfab massacred my boy and said my file was too big and just like made it all blurry. But other than
Mm.
that, I'm super happy with how it turned out, and that's something I could just fix if I had my time. I love how it turned out. I'm very happy with it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think going with like the grayscale not only fits the theme, but also like saves you time to do more of the prop detail work, which is really smart. I can't hype you up enough on how much he nailed the like ambiance of the space. Seeing the board in the background, even with like the tiny textures, I think adds to the sort of like ambiguity of it in a way that's really charming. Really big fan of this, and for a little over a quarter of the actual like calendar hours allotted for this jam, I think you really made use of them. This rocks.
Why, thank you. And I did post the Sketchfab link. You can barely see it in the bottom picture you have there. I
Mm.
did put a little frog wearing a fedora with a handgun in the drawer.
Oh my
So that's
god.
a fun little Easter egg.
Okay, I did not notice that on my first go through, so that goes to
It's
show
very
you.
hard to see in the actual screenshots, but a fun little Easter egg if you look at the actual model on
Well,
Sketchfab.
by golly, I'm gonna find him. Thank you so much, John. Next up from our good friend Solus, we've got a scanning effect from the brain dance segments of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm not familiar with the actual original source of this, but I am very charmed by the aesthetic of it. really, really cool, and I can see this fitting into sort of sci-fi mystery game really quite well. Just keep watching it. It's
Someone
so
who
yummy.
is familiar with these games, it's really quite remarkable how accurate this is, actually.
Really? Okay, word.
Yeah,
Well, hey, shout out River, nailing it with the VFX as per usual. I love it. Okay, Salty, I think you're in here. Would you like to tell us about your wonderful femme fatale?
Yeah, I mean, like, I wanted to go fairly basic, and I didn't really know exactly how to go. I was kind of struggling because I have done a couple of femme fatales in the past, and I do actually also have a Black Widow. So I wanted to keep it wildly different, and I ended up going with like a softer approach to the character, like the face is like a heart shape and stuff. And I
Mm,
think it ended up suiting like the final purpose of the asset. Which is like she could be the murderer, or she could just be a classic femme fatale where she's just talking to the detective.
yeah,
But
yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see
she
like some
she's
range
very
of
like red herring shaped, which is what I wanted.
yeah. Oh, I love it. Yeah, the like ambiguity in it is like perfect. Like you described, the versatility of this character in some sort of murder mystery like that is really really well done. Because it's like yes, femme fatale. She's Black Widow, all black. Yeah, obviously, but like you said, like there is a certain sort of like emotive quality in the expressions that you did for her that I think does convey that range, which speaks to the level of expertise with your creation of it. Well
I
done.
try, I try. I want it. I like the point of the free to use, as always. Everyone is allowed to use it, and I try to make it in a way where there are multiple possibilities of it
Hmm.
within the 48 hours.
Yeah, already like expanding your scope and still nailing it. This is really excellently well done.
Well, thank you.
And Zach, if you're interested in unmuting, love to hear about the process.
Yeah, so this is a recreation of the panel from a graphic novel, Black Sand. And yeah, so this is all rendered in Blender. So there's some a lot of it's together with geometry nodes, with pipes and uh, that I put together during the jam, so like railroad tracks and stuff. Then some skater stuff, so like the it gets darker as it goes further back, and um, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Uh,
it rocks. Which novel is it from? I've read the first three, but I don't know if it was a while ago as well. So it
like
feels
issue
familiar.
6.
Okay, word, word, word. Well, I'm gonna have to check back in so I can see the reference, but I mean, yeah, the level of detail in the scene is really nice. I like the everything from like the scattered sort of rubble throughout the space to like like you said, the sort of pipes and cabling running along the ceilings, and just the shot composition overall, especially on the like bottom center image, really, really compelling. A big, big fan of it. Was that like pulled pretty strongly from the reference, or was that kind of from
I
your?
put I sent the reference in the chat, so you can
Oh,
check it out
nice.
there.
Oh, word. Opening the chat. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at it side by side now. If you're watching this recording, check out the announcements text chat because this is awesome. You're really like matching the level of detail really well, and the outline sort of shader. I can definitely see like sort of how you're pulling from this original reference. That rocks. Really good study. I love it. And that's all for our official submissions. We've got an incredibly charming little gentleman here, started by Katie, a valiant effort. I'm really more of a fan of the frog than the human design, but I imagine you probably are as well, so that's preaching to the choir.
Who doesn't like a good frog? Everyone
Right?
loves a frog.
Incredibly charming. What mysteries will he solve in that bog? So if you're new here, we vote every jam for people's choice for best use of theme, most creative, and best in show. And we'll give you little awards for whoever ends up winning, as well as a roll in the Discord that lasts until next time, as well as another one that indicates that you won a jam in the past. Voting will be open from the time the poll is posted, which will be a couple minutes after this, until 6 p.m. CST tomorrow, and then we will release the awards sometime following. And our next jam coming on up is August 1st through the 3rd, same time as per usual, so spread the word, tell your friends, and we'll get this party started. We'll keep jamming together. And a thing we've started a couple months ago is off-season jamming, so if you can't make the main jam work for your schedule, we put out a prompt every month that you can participate in, and we'll give you a huge shout-out and lots of love in our opening and closing ceremonies. So check out this amazing jellyfish from Joey Nutri as well. The bioluminescence was the theme last month, and this really, like, the colors in this environment are really, really fun. Very big fan. So, if you're interested in that, the prompt for this coming month is... Can I hear some drum rolls? Thank you, thank you. Dungeon! So get your sword, start crawling around, hacking up some monsters. Thank you so much for joining, everybody, and we'll see ya next jam. Nighty night.